Hello guys, this is d0nut123. I decided to join this clan finally because kind of got a little tired of BB and I wanted to get a little battling first. So I decided, since Elliot asked me if you want to upload videos to the YouTube, so I decided I'd just take an old battle that I had like months ago. So this was against d0nut. I think everyone at least heard about him. Dude is friggin' epic. So I decided to have a battle. So let's get into the recording. This was an old Sun team. It's like super old. I decided like I was gonna use it and then retire with it afterwards. So let's get it all started. He leads up with a chance. I lead off with Swampert, and Swampert is one of the worst Pokemon to ever have in your team. Just don't ever use Swampert ever. So I go for the Stealth Rocks. He goes for the Toxic. So he's wearing my Swampert down one by one. I decided that I'm just gonna fire out, just phase roaring crap, see whatever I hit. So I roar him out, and apparently he has a scissor. So I roar him out into the scissor. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of the Stealth Rocks, and has leftovers boost, so he's gonna go for a Bug Bite. That's not gonna do that much at all. So I go for another Roar. He sends out a Jellicent. That's cool, I'm just gonna keep spamming the hell out of Roar until I finally die. So it's gonna be this turn. He's gonna go for the Scald. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Scald. It's gonna sleeve me with like 5 HP, and then I'm gonna roar him out again. And then I warm on to this Hippowdon, which brings out the sand. I was gonna say sun, sun team. He brings out the sand, and yeah. So basically, Swampert, it sucks. Don't ever use it ever. Except when it becomes UU finally, because I do not see it being good at OU at all. So I switch him out, going to Ninetales. I go for the Will-O-Wisp on Ninetales, predicting an Earthquake, and then I could take one after the Will-O-Wisp, but he just sets up his Stealth Rocks. Which is cool, I have to have them Stealth Rocks up and stuff. So he switches. He goes back into this retarded Chansey. I go for an Energy Ball thinking he may stay in, but obviously he doesn't, and Energy Ball does like nothing to it. So I go into my Excadrill this turn as he goes for a Seismitoss. And it does 100. That's kind of obvious. He's deciding to scar me, predicting a massive Earthquake, but this is a Rapid Spin set. Yes, it is Rapid Spin. You probably shouldn't use Life Orb with it. If you're going to use the Rapid Spin Excadrill, well, wait, fuck it, it's Uber now. But if you wanted to, you would have to use like leftovers to make him more defensive. So he goes for the Brave Bird on the switch on my Ninetales. It screws it a big time. Takes like almost half. And that's amazing coming from a Skarmory, It's how frail Ninetales is. So switches, goes into Chansey. Go for Will-O-Wisp, and I miss, which is, it's cool, I miss once in a while. It's awesome. So I switch. I go into my Victini because this Victini's friggin' awesome. With Sun and Choice Band, this thing could even KO Gliscor, and that's real crap we're talking about here. So he goes back into Hippowdon. I go for the V-Crate because, all this thing really is good for, just V-Crate spam and other moves for the occasional. Go for the V-Crate. It doesn't ass ton, but not enough to KO it, and, gets his wish. So then it goes back up, and then after the wish, I definitely won't KO it, so fun. I have to switch. If I stayed in, I probably could have 2-hit KO'd it with V-Create, but I was so scared he was going to use Earthquake, so I switched. But as you can see, I probably could have, KO'd him and then taken the sand out a long time ago. So he switches, he goes back into Chansey. It's all fun. I go for the Energy Ball thinking he may stay in. It does what it usually does, nothing. I don't know how you want me to describe that. I go for the Sleep Powder, I miss. He goes for the Wish, which is cool, so he gets the Wish up again. Which is, it gets annoying after a while, because I hate taking out Chansey, it's annoying. I switch, I go back into my Excadrill, figuring Excadrill will do stuff. I can't even see what he went for because my computer's lagging. He gets the Wish boost back, so his Wish comes true. He switches, he goes back out into Jellicent, as I go for the Rapid Spin, but obviously it's Spin Blocker, and he predicted it nicely, so that's good on his part. I tried to go for Earthquake. This was one of my first mistakes. Obviously, I cannot KO, but I figured maybe I still go for it, but I don't get the KO, so now I'm going to die to a Scald. So there goes this Rice Spinner, and there goes, rocks are on my field for like the remainder of the game, which is going to blow, but whatever. I switch, go back into Venusaur. As he switches, goes back into Chansey, I go for the Energy Ball. It's going to oh, never mind. I predicted it went for Sleep Powder. Okay, never mind. Could have sworn I went for an Energy Ball to take him out, but I guess I didn't. I go for the Sleep Powder and knock his sleep. Sorry about that. Something just popped up randomly. Going to my Victini this turn, as he switches and goes into a Powdon. Oh no, never mind. He went to Jellicent, and then he went into a Powdon. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, he goes. So he goes into Jellicent, then he goes into a Powdon. Obviously, because he could sponge a V-Curate since I don't have Sun Up. So I switch, go into my Latios. Figured Latios was gonna, take it, and I do. And here's the point of the game. I know it was gonna Draco Meter, but it was just vision where will he go into Skarmory or will he go into Blessey? So I go for HP Fire, predicting a Scizor or Skarmory switch. And thankfully I played off, as because if I had messed that up, I would have to switch out. Blessey would be walling me, blah blah blah. I don't have to get into all that. So predicted HP Fire, taken out. So he goes into Chansey down. He knows I'm Specs, because it's a friggin' Latios. You're out of Specs or Scarf. Not really much you do else with it. So I get the switch. He goes into Chansey this turn. I think he protects to protect himself from the Sleep Powder. Oh, never mind. He just takes that. I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I figured he would have just protected, but okay. So, alright, go for the Sleep Powder. He takes it. And now the HP goes back up. The epic stall match continues. So, I'm going to go for an EQ here. Just try to whittle it down on his health while he's, taking a nap over there. And EQ, as you see, does nothing. So, I'm going to switch. Going to go back into my Ninetales just to get the Sun Up. Probably wasn't the smartest switch. Probably should have just went into Victini, and then go for his 2 straight V-Crates, but I guess that was my part. Go for Fire Blast, predicting a switch into, something, I don't even know. Goes for the Seismic Toss, and he gets me down to 62 HP, which, ironically, that's going to suck, because I'm going to die to Stealth Rocks now. So I'm going to switch, I'm going to go to Latios. Latios is going to just, be up here chilling, trying to see if I can get some Side Shocks in. Now he protects from the Side Shock, and, blocks it. HP goes back up, and then, the recycle repeats itself, Gets kind of annoying, so I go for a Side Shock. It does, there's probably, a 3-hit KO, maybe a 4-hit. Go for another Side Shock. Obviously, it's going to take it like a friggin' boss, because it's a goddamn Chansey. Goes for the Seismic Toss, knocks me down to 92 HP, so I can at least come down Stealth Fox, I think, 2 or 3 more times before he takes me out, but yeah, so I go to my Victini this turn, just because I want to get the V-Crate up, but he gets the Wish Up again, and he's going to switch back into his Powdon, which could sponge any hit, and this just gets annoying. Just watch the sequence that goes on here. I go for a V-Crate, try to see if I could take it out, hopefully, and it survives with 2 HP. I was kind of pissed. I was like, fuck. Couldn't just give me that KO, couldn't you, assholes? But nope, that was too much to ask, so his HP goes all the way back up, and, have to switch out again. Fun. So I switch, try to keep him alive for later. I go back into my Venusaur. He just roars, predicting that, and then, screws over Ninetales because I died of rocks. So, there goes Sun. I lost my Sun. I lost the Spinner, so he's pretty much in control of the battle because he has, hazards and thing. He has this Powdon here. It's just trolling me to death. I'm just deciding to go into Victini, spam V-Crate, see if I can KO it. Go for the first V-Crate. No, I wasn't going to KO it, but I figured he'll just take me out with Earthquake. But no, d0nut's smart. He's going to go slack off like an asshole, because he's such a douche. He's going to go get the slack off. I'm going to start with 3 HP. I'm burn damage. I'm okay, it's nearly half. I can take it out. So I go for V-Crate. I'm fuck yes, you're going to die. And it's going down, go down, and stops 1 HP. I'm fuck. See, he lives with 1 HP, then sand damage kicks up again and I die, which blows. And I wanted you guys to see the power of Victini. I mean, used in Sun and direct support, this thing is absolutely dangerous. But he dies, so I go into Latios. I go for the Side Shock. I was predicting a switch into Chansey, and even then I probably should have just used friggin' Draco Meter, but again, another misplay on my part, so I'm just here playing like an ass right about this point. Just trying to take out the damn opponent. I mean, he's leaving it in to die. It's he's not even switching. He's purposely willing and leaving it in there to die, and he's I can't even take it out, which is sad. So I go into my Venusaur this turn, and I just go, kill it with Energy Ball. Fun. Like you see here, Energy Ball, KO it. Should have just done that a long damn time ago, but I had to go stall out the whole match, but whatever, that's how life goes. So I finally take it out. He goes back into Chansey. And the battle's about to wrap up here, so I'm about to make some really good plays. He goes into Tentacruel, and this is a little bit of hacks. I missed the sleep powder, but if I hit this, he could go into Chansey as much as he wants, and I can't put it to sleep while, wish, stalls, seismic tosses, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I go for EQ this turn, and he goes for the Venom Shock. I didn't know he didn't just go for the Scald. I mean, he could have just went for the Scald, and, probably got a burn, and then, utterly wall me to death, because that would have been my last chance to win, is to keep Venusaur alive, but I guess not. Goes into Chansey, fun. I go for the EQ. EQ does, nothing, but when you rack that up with sand damage, it eventually builds up, so go for the Sleep Powder. Thankfully, I don't miss, since, it has, like, one of the worst accuracies in the game. So, go for the Sleep Powder. I finally hit him, like, thank God, I'm gonna, like, EQ your ass to death. So, go for the first Earthquake. Survives, but thankfully doesn't get the one turn sleep, so you can't use Wish. So thankfully I'm able to take it out here with an HP Fire, which is awesome. So I was like, okay, I could take, I can actually win this. All I have is a Tentacruel, which dies to EQ, and a Skarmory. But he goes into Skarmory. I was thinking, maybe I can't KO it straight up, since I don't have Life Orb. So I go for the Sleep Powder, not get to sleep, just, play the caution roll. Didn't want to KO me with Brave Bird, because then I would lose, because I have nothing to hit Skarmory and Tentacruel at the same time. Go for HP Fire. Yeah, as you see, I was right. I couldn't KO, so I feel really smart about not going to sleep first. Again, with Chansey, doesn't get a one turn sleep, so I'm able to, keep it alive. So I go for another HP Fire. It KOs it, which is like friggin' awesome. Got the KO, so I'm here just KOing shit up in this bitch. So he goes into his Tentacruel, and I'm like, alright, this is game. I'm going to Earthquake your ass, and I won. So that's a good game, d0nut. Sorry about the little unfortunate hacks there. I'll be uploading more YouTube battles. If you want a Wi-Fi battle, PM me, and that's it, deuces.